What's up, y'all? It's Liam Crowley from ScreenRant, and today I will be debunking AI. Liam Crowley is a reporter and host at ScreenRant, where he leads the Coffee Chats interview series. That is true, and I'm glad they also called me a host, because I'm trying to push that these days, so shout out AI just this one time. In this series, Liam Crowley engages in informal conversations with prominent film and television personalities over coffee, aiming to provide deeper insights beyond standard press interviews. The first episode, featuring actor Noah Centineo, premiered on February 6, 2025. Noah is correct. The date is correct. We shot that, I believe, January 30th or 31st. This is a January shoot, February premiere. And go ahead and call them informal conversations, casual conversations. I'm going to be nitpicky because I don't like AI. So I'm going to be very nitpicky on this one. The second episode of Coffee Chats, posted by Liam Crowley, features actor and producer Noah Centineo. In this informal interview, Centineo discusses his experience in Hollywood, his creative process, and the impact of social media on his career, all while sharing a cup of coffee with Crowley. That's false. Episode 2 is Jack Quaid, and Noah, I believe, produced The Recruit. So maybe he's an EP. I'll have to double check that. But we did not talk about social media. We did not talk too much about his experiences in Hollywood. It was very centered around coffee and The Recruit. So false. That one's false. If you're interested in learning more about Liam Crowley's coffee preferences, you might consider reaching out to him directly through the social media channels or following upcoming episodes of Coffee Chats for any personal anecdotes he may share. I'm going to call that deflecting from the question, AI. That is not a response. You can't just tell him to ask me personally. I take my coffee. Typically, I get a cold brew with a splash of cream and 2 Splenda. I know Splenda is terrible for me, but it has a special place in my heart because my alma mater, Syracuse University, our little cafe within Newhouse, the public communications school, was called Food.com, very hipster, modern, right? And they never had sugar. They only had Splenda. So I kind of got hooked on Splenda for that reason. And even if I don't love it, there's a little hint of nostalgia that comes with it. So that's where the Splenda comes from. Cold brew, because I'm a New England boy. I drink cold brew year round. Iced coffee, even if it's 10 degrees outside. Liam Crowley grew up in Braintree, Massachusetts. That is true. He has expressed a deep passion for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Has nothing to do with the question. I'm sure we could bring that into the fact. I do love the MCU pre-2019, which began in his youth and significantly influenced his career path in broadcast journalism. That is a true fact. I attribute everything I do today to the MCU. I saw the first Iron Man in theaters when I was 7 years old. I remember going to the drive-in for the first Thor movie. I remember seeing Captain America, the first Avenger, with my dad. I remember the first Avengers movie in 2012. We got to the theater for 10 p.m. screenings before you could pre-book tickets, before there was assigned seats, and it sold out. So we had to wait in line until midnight. And that's unheard of these days. So yeah, the MCU, deeply personal to me. Wouldn't be sitting in this chair right now without those Marvel movies. Liam Crowley has expressed a deep admiration for Captain America within the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That is true. Cap is my guy. Specifically Steve Rogers, but I love them all. I love Eli Bradley. I love the Bucky Barnes iteration of the comics. I love what we got going on right now in the MCU with Sam Wilson, Captain America, the mantle as a whole, but Steve Rogers, deeply personal. Additionally, Crowley highlights Captain America: The Winter Soldier as his favorite MCU film, praising its gritty, realistic, and political approach that remains increasingly relevant. That is completely true, and Captain America: The Winter Soldier is still the best MCU installment. 11 years later, it has aged like a fine wine. He fondly recalls watching it on opening night at the age of 13 and continues to find it compelling upon each viewing. That is true. I saw it with my good friend from back home, Kevin, and April 4th, 2014. What an experience that was. Liam Crowley attended Syracuse University, where he earned a degree in broadcast and digital journalism from the SI Newhouse School of Public Communications in 2022. That is all true. Shout out Newhouse. Thank you for putting spotlight on the broadcast school specifically. During his time at Syracuse, he was actively involved with Citrus TV, the university's student-run television station. Shout out Citrus TV. I love Citrus TV. made me into the on-air personality I am today. Citrus TV unlocked my confidence, allowed me to be able to talk on camera, improvise, and just be, comfortable sitting in a chair like this holding a microphone and feeling like I'm just having a conversation with a friend. So a lot of love for Citrus TV. And time of reporting, I'm actually going back tomorrow to watch a broadcast of the entertainment show I used to host there, because it is my last chance before the graduated class graduates and I don't know anyone else on campus. So shout out to Citrus TV. I read it a little early, so this is going to be fun. Outside of his professional endeavors, Crowley is an avid music enthusiast. That is true. I hit 70,000 listening minutes last year, and currently I'm on track for about 150,000 this year. It's like 3,000 beat. It's ridiculous. It's insane, but I love my music. Ian Dior, Jaden, Justin Bieber, Big Time Rush, 5 Seconds of Summer, Lady Gaga, Kesha. I love all artists, all genres, MGK, The Weeknd. I could go on. And is actively training to become a professional wrestler. This is half true. I started wrestling training about a year ago, and I was training in Boston about twice a week. And then when I moved to Brooklyn, I picked up another school not too far from my place. And then career got very busy and I had to put it on pause. But yes, I have taken a body slam. I have taken bumps, as they call them in the industry. I've given a body slam. I've given clotheslines. I know how to run the ropes. I couldn't put a match together right now, but it is my goal before I'm 30 to wrestle a match on the independent circuit. So this is I've now put it out into the ether. I now have to do this, which I also want to. So one of these days, you'll see me at the squared circle. Liam Crowley has a diverse and eclectic taste in music. Thank you for saying that, AI. I agree. Reflecting his broad interest across genres and eras, he has openly expressed his admiration for various artists and bands, showcasing his appreciation for both mainstream and niche music scenes. Again, deflecting from question, AI. You could have named some specific artists. And they're actually all in my ScreenRant profile. On my profile on the website, there's a whole bunch of artists that I listen to. But yeah, I mentioned a whole bunch earlier. I went to a lot of concerts last year. The Kid Laroi, 24K Golden, Jaden, Chase Atlantic. Oh my god, I didn't mention Chase Atlantic earlier. Probably 50,000 minutes alone for this year will be Chase Atlantic. But yeah, love music. Seeing Ian Dior in a couple weeks, excited. Oh boy. Liam Crowley is an entertainment journalist. I prefer reporter or host, but we'll let it slide. And content creator with a passion for film, TV, and pro wrestling. All three are true. When he's not hosting interviews or covering the MCU, he's actively training to step into the wrestling ring himself. Actively, I would say, is not a fair word to use. On pause, maybe. What do I do in my free time, though? I am very big into fitness, and I rock climb quite a bit. I belong to a gym in Brooklyn. I didn't even intend on ever becoming a climber. I just needed a weight room that was close to my place, and there's one tier to sign up, and everything's included. And so I was like, might as well use these facilities. And now I climb like 4 times a week. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot harder than you would think. And I'm also very passionate about cycling. I'm trying to become a cycling instructor too. Spin cycle, soul cycle, stuff like that. So yeah, fitness is a big thing for me, but professional wrestling training is on pause. But the grind in the Iron Paradise continues. Honestly, I hate to admit it, AI did all right. AI did all regs. I'm not a proponent of it, ever. However, it knows me, but not better than I know myself.